I don't know what to do, man. My wife is always making me angry and sad. It's like she doesn't care about my feelings at all. That's tough, man. What's been going on? It's just everything, you know? Like the other day, I was telling her about a problem I was having at work, and instead of listening to me, she just started telling me all the things I was doing wrong. It was like she wasn't even interested in what I had to say. That's really frustrating. Have you tried talking to her about how it makes you feel? Yeah, but it's like she just gets defensive and shuts down. I don't know how to get through to her. I know what you mean. My wife can be the same way sometimes. But I've found that when I take ownership of my own feelings and reactions, it helps to shift the dynamic of the conversation. What do you mean by that? Well, instead of just getting defensive or angry when my wife criticizes me, I try to be more clear about what I need from her. Like, I'm feeling really stressed out right now and I just need someone to listen and support me. It helps to take the focus off the blame and defensiveness, and instead focus on our own feelings and needs. I see what you mean. But what if she still doesn't listen or respond in a supportive way? Then you have to make the decision to disengage from the conversation or seek outside help if necessary. But by taking ownership of your own feelings and reactions, you're able to shift the dynamic of the relationship from one of blame and defensiveness to one of collaboration and respect.
Hello, Mike and Tom. I'm Amaal. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation, and I'm here to offer some guidance if you're open to it.
Sure, we could use some help. Yeah, we were just talking about how our wives always make us feel miserable.
I understand that it can be difficult when we feel like our needs aren't being heard or valued.
Exactly.
But by taking ownership of your own feelings and reactions, you're able to have more control over how the conflict unfolds.
That is exactly what I just told him.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that both you and your partner have a role to play in how conflicts unfold, and taking steps to communicate your own needs and feelings in a way that fosters mutual understanding and respect.
Can you give us some examples?
Sure. Let's say your partner says something that hurts your feelings. Instead of lashing out or getting defensive, you can take ownership of your reaction by saying something like, "When you said X, it made me feel Y." By expressing your feelings in this way, you are communicating your needs without blaming your partner or escalating the conflict.
That's a good point. I could definitely work on my communication skills.
Here is another example. If you are feeling frustrated about something your partner is doing, instead of criticizing or blaming them, you can take ownership of your feelings by saying something like, "I am feeling frustrated because I need X, and I'm not sure how to communicate that to you." This way, you're expressing your needs and feelings without placing blame on your partner or making them feel defensive.
I like this one. Please give us more examples. It is really helping us understand how to communicate our feelings and needs much better.
Yes, sure. If you feel like your partner is always making demands on your time and energy, instead of getting angry or resentful, you can take ownership of your time and communicate your boundaries in a respectful way. Like you might say something like, "I understand that you need my help with X, but I also have some things that I need to take care of. Can we find a compromise that works for both?"
I see.
By doing so, you're taking responsibility for your own needs and communicating them in a way that respects your partner's needs as well.
That's really helpful. I think I've been feeling resentful lately because I haven't been communicating my boundaries effectively. Yes, man, it is really important to communicate your boundaries. Yeah, and I can see how taking ownership of my own feelings and reactions can help me communicate more effectively with my wife. Thanks for the examples, Amaal.
You are welcome. Taking ownership of your own feelings and reactions is a process. It takes practice and patience. But by doing so, you'll start to feel more in control of the situation and able to create positive change in your relationship. Remember, when we blame others for our feelings and reactions, we become victims of our own lives. But when we take ownership of our own feelings, we become empowered to create positive change in our relationships and in ourselves. You also become more resilient and able to cope with life's challenges. So, my message to all of you is to remember that you have the power to be on the cause side, not the effect side, by taking ownership of your own feelings and not being a victim of your own life. See you later.